Hi, I'm Melissa Zayat, and for my card today, I didn't do this right, and I'm really lazy. I'm sorry, I really just don't want to read it right. It's supposed to say, you can't even read it. I am not lesbian or a terrorist. I'm Lebanese. So there it is. But here's my story time. So obviously, I'm Lebanese. Okay, now, it's not the I don't know, the norm of what a Midwest girl should look like. Obviously, I have ethnicity. So, and my parents have always told me to accept who I am. They have always built me up and encouraged me and to be a strong, independent that I believe every girl, should be. However, at the time, since I didn't look like everybody else, I guess you can say, in my elementary school, Um, I was questioned of who are you, quote unquote. No, I'm kidding. Who are you? Yeah. And that time it was asked by a guy. A guy which I had a crush on in 4th grade. And here I am with my unibrow, pretty much very hairy, like extremely. And I said, I'm Lebanese. And he goes, you're a lesbian? I said, no, I'm Lebanese. And then what does he do? Goes tell the whole class, Alyssa's Lebanese, not Lebanese, Alyssa's lesbian. And by that time, there were tears. There were tears. There were tears, all right. The teacher really did have to help me go out of the classroom, calm me down a little bit. I was hurt, very much so. But hey, look where we are now. I'm good. Now I can tell this as a joke, and I do joke about my ethnicity a little bit too much because dark humor isn't thick, but it's fine. And I have told this joke before, explaining it, and people usually do laugh every time, so I'm okay. And they pat me on the back. I was like, I'm good now, guys. However, the terrorist part of that, I'm about to get there right now. Okay, here's a little. This one actually still gets me to this day because I was at the airport. It's a 2-3 months ago, in the very beginning of June, and I was visiting my friend in Florida, and I was going through security. There was no line. It was very, very empty. Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's like, who wants to go to Tulsa? Yeah, exactly. And I remember after I went through the machine where it checks you if you have any medals or anything like that, I waited for an actual, I don't know, police officer to check me. And she came up to me and she said, are you from here? And I was like, yeah, I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm going to see my friend. I thought she was just trying to make small talk. But then she says, oh, well, you look out of the ordinary. This is going to take you a little bit longer than the norm? And I just was like, okay. She went, let's just say she was gone for 10 seconds, I don't know. And then she came back and said, stick your hands out, please. Did so, wiping them down. Obviously, I know what's happening right now. She's checking me for explosions. Went back to her, I don't even know where she was going, but she went back, came back, and said, I'm good. I know I'm good, but it's just, you know. And at that time, I was shocked. Never have had that happen to me. Actually, I've never seen that happen to anyone. I have not even seen that I don't know, I've not seen that happen to my father, and I was baffled. I got my stuff up, walked to my gate, and then I was texting my dad about it. And then he called me and he said, how was your first time being racially profiled at the airport? And I said, obviously, I pretty much answered with just how I explained it to everybody watching the video. But it was just, I was so puzzled and confused, and I was fine about it. But obviously, I just wanted to talk about it with somebody, and especially with him, since it has happened to him before. And I told him, I was like, I know these kind of things are supposed to be random. However, how am I supposed to believe so with my race, I guess you can say. And he said, well, with what you explained to me, it's kind of hard to believe that it was random, especially with what she said of you look out the ordinary. I agreed with him. I said, well, since my dad is a businessman, he travels a lot around the nation. And he says it has happened to me plenty of times, and it's very hard for me to believe that is random as well. And then we talked a little bit more, ended the phone call, everything was fine. However, till this day, kind of still gets me, I guess you can say. And I understand why, though. I understand that ever since 9/11 happened, obviously the security system changed and everything like that. However, I mean, obviously my family has like gone through it, and I still have relatives that live in like Lebanon and Syria and Iran, and they can't leave. But I completely understand why. But it's just like being racially profiled all the time has kind of gone to me here and there. But with that, I have dark humor. And with that, I can make fun of myself, which is fine. But I don't know. I mean, there's my story. I hope you enjoyed.